Hi guys, my name is Izzy and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I have about 50 orders to get through and I want to film a little pack and chat with me. If you didn't know already, my business is 11 entities. I sell crystals, crystal jewelry, metaphysical items, incense, things like that. I have been doing this for about a little over a year and a half and it always picks up during the holidays. Right now it's super busy. I have my first market next week, so I'm also preparing for that. But since I have so much to do and there's a lot of questions some of you guys have asked me, I figured why not talk about them and answer them while I'm packing orders. So that's what we're gonna do. I asked people to ask me questions about my business, about personal life, manifestation. I owe the success of my business to manifestation. That is how religiously I practice it. So I'll definitely be talking about manifestation and manifestation tips a lot on this channel. I really want to get into self-help videos, motivational videos, things like that. I love giving advice. I've always been asked for advice. I went to school because I wanted to be a therapist and I'm not going to school anymore for that, so I'm gonna give it to you guys. I got you. Somebody asked me if dropping out of school was a hard decision to make. I dropped out of college when I was 18. I started college when I was 16. Graduated high school when I was 16 as well. I never had the intention to drop out of college. It just happened because business took off so fast. It was really hard for me to stop going to school because growing up, I was raised in a household where like it's important to go to school, and I feel like that's how it is for a lot of people. Like if you don't go to school, you're not gonna be successful. If you don't have a degree, you're not gonna make money. You're gonna be broke for the rest of your life. So that decision wasn't easy because there was such high risk in having a business. It's never guaranteed that you're gonna succeed, but things are clearly taking off, and I even if I wanted to continue going to school, I just didn't have time anymore. I had so many orders to do and my business would have failed if I kept going to school. It just happened. I just stopped going and I haven't gone back since. I stopped going maybe like 2 years ago. So yes, dropping out I would say was hard. Am I ever gonna go back? Probably not. I hope not. If everything goes as planned, I will not be going back. And a lot of people looked down on that or just kind of thought like, oh, it's not going to work out for you. And it doesn't work out for everybody, but it's been working out for me. So I am just being grateful for my position in my business while it's this way, and it might not be this way forever, and that's okay. Things are always changing. Another question that I got asked was, how long did it take you to see noticeable results in your business? The thing with me is, I will be so real with you. If you're gonna start a business, like, you're not guaranteed to pop off immediately, okay? Before I say anything about what happened with me, you are not guaranteed to pop off immediately. It might take you months, it might take you years, and you know what? That business might not even be meant for you. You might not even succeed in that business at all, and that's okay. That's just the nature of what it is. It is what it is. So with me, I did pop off immediately, and I would say that I got extremely lucky because I don't usually say I got lucky because I believe luck comes with preparation. But in that circumstance, I did get lucky. Like maybe 2 out of 10 of the videos I had posted total about crystals popped off immediately. And within my first month, I had like almost 200 orders. It was insane. I started in June 2021. So that was not expected at all. And I don't think anybody should go into their business expecting that to happen. Ever since those 2 videos popped off and my business went a little viral, it's kind of been consistent, but I would say it's only been consistent because I have been consistent. I have been consistent with showing up. I have been consistent with restocks. I have been consistent with communicating to my audience and my customers. And I think that's the most important thing in seeing results with your business. As far as scaling my business, I don't think any of my success has come intentionally. I just kept working on it. I still don't have goals in mind of like where I want 11 entities to go, because things just keep changing all the time. I noticed big results in my success when I took time for myself. I'm out of breath. And I think that goes for everything, like literally everything in life. If you do not give yourself breaks, you will literally burn out. Like, and I'm sure more than half of you guys watching this are burnt out. Like, come on, we both know. I know you're burnt out. I'm burnt out too. And you have to give yourself at least a creative break in whatever you're doing. Even if you're not a business owner, you have to give yourself a break to gain motivation again, gain discipline again, gain creativity again. Like, it's not going to be there forever. Like, motivation, honestly, like, I'm not even a motivated person. I just go, I just do, and that's great, but it's not going to last forever. It's going to come to a point where you're like, damn, like, I can't even function anymore. I can't even focus on what I'm doing because I'm exhausted. So that was when I noticed huge results, is when I actually took a break. The biggest break I took was in July. I went to Africa with my boyfriend, and it forced me to step away. I started to lose love for my business, and stepping away for a month made me like, I want to go home. I want to go work on my business. So much more appreciative of what I had, because I forced myself to walk away for a second and just look at what I have, look at what I'm doing, see how far I've come, and then just get back to it. And I know not everybody has like the privilege to take a month off and all that, but even a week or like 2 days, 3 days, a 3-day long weekend, take a break and literally watch how much more determined you're gonna be after. Yes, it might be hard to get back into it, but you're gonna realize what you have, like when you just take a step and look back, and look back at your work. Be proud of yourself. So as a business owner, taking breaks is the most important thing for me. I will always preach it. I will always preach a good break. How do you stay motivated / in a routine? I literally don't. I do not stay motivated. It comes and goes. Like I said before, discipline is a factor. I truly believe that if you do not have discipline, you will not get very far. It is so easy to fall into the trap of like, oh, I'm just gonna chill out, not give it my 100%. That might work for you. You might be able to get by just giving 70% effort, and that's perfectly fine. But once you see the results of giving 100% of your effort, you're not gonna want to go back. And I mean this like with everything, with the gym, with school, with work, with everything. Once you give that 100% and you see the kind of success that gives you, you're going to realize like you should not be giving 70% when you're doing something that is meaningful to you or that will take you farther in life. Discipline is how I get there, because motivation is very iffy. You cannot rely on motivation if you want to get places, if you want to go far. Motivation is not there half the time. As far as staying in a routine, to be quite honest, I still struggle with that. I don't have a routine when it comes to working. Whenever stuff needs to be done, that's when I work. I don't have hours for myself either, which is maybe kind of toxic. Not very smart of me, because I'm always suggesting, oh, set your own hours, you know, like, especially if you're a freelancer business owner. Like, you're gonna end up working 15-hour days if you don't set hours for yourself. And that's what I used to end up doing, but now I don't really struggle with overworking myself. I give myself maybe a little too many breaks. But staying in a routine doesn't really happen for me, since my life is very unpredictable. But the one thing that I do have that is stagnant, like consistent, is going to the gym. That is my routine, and how I stay in that routine is having a personal trainer. Honestly, I don't think I would be in the gym 5 days a week if I didn't have a personal trainer, because number one, I'm paying for that, so I know like, well, you should go because you're paying for it. And number two, having somebody else hold you accountable makes like all the difference in the world. I have never been a gym rat. ever. I've always been into dance, into all those extracurriculars at school. Look how pretty this sphere is. Is it even gonna focus? So pretty. So those things were already scheduled for me. If I didn't show up, I would get kicked out. So I need that accountability where like, oh shit, like if I don't show up to this personal training session, she's not gonna want to train me anymore. That is what keeps me in a routine. At least having one thing out of my day that is the same every single day, every single week, that really, really helps me and makes me feel like I have some sort of structure to my day, because I know at this time of the day, every single day, I'm gonna be doing this. And it's the one thing that I have in my life that is like extremely consistent for myself. If you don't have a routine or any structure to your day, set at least one thing that you do every single day at the same time, every single day, or at least most of the week, and it'll help your days feel a lot more put together. Especially waking up at the same time almost every day really helps. My motivation was very low when I woke up at various different times of the day all the time. So go ahead and stay up late, like that's fine, a few days a week, but get that sleep schedule on track, and I promise you, you're gonna end up being so much more motivated and have a lot more purpose to your days. Literally, look how big this thing of packing peanuts is. And I fill this thing up with packing peanuts. Perfect. Okay, somebody asked me a really good question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? That's a handful of a question, because I don't know. Whenever somebody asks me, like, oh, like, you know, how long are you gonna do this crystal thing? I don't know. It is a little stressful to like not really know what you're gonna do. How long is this gonna last? Will crystals die out? Which I think that's a no, but it's still a fear. How far can I really take this business? And that is something I get asked pretty often, especially by like family members. They ask me like, you know, how long are you gonna do this for? Are you gonna go back to school? Is this gonna be for the rest of your life? I don't feel like this will have an expiration date, but you know, like I think that I'll feel in my heart when it's time to move on to something else. And I am very interested in business. Like I would be okay with starting another business or even another business while having this business. I like to push myself like that. Hopefully have expanded 11 entities to wholesale. I really want to do wholesale and provide crystals for other shops. I see myself in the same place, but more successful, of course. Getting better at what I do, becoming a better businesswoman, and improving in my business skills and abilities. It's just so hard to know. Things change so quickly. I mean, my life changed like this when I started this business. Right now, I would be going to university, studying for psychology, becoming a therapist, and that is what I wanted to do for years. I never wanted to do this. Like, I never sat there and was like, yeah, I want to own a crystal shop one day. This was never the plan. And of course, I'm like grateful that this is the plan now. I'm having a whole lot of fun, a whole lot more fun than I was having in college. But seeing how fast my life changed, now it's so hard for me to plan anything. Like, I just have no clue where this is gonna take me, where life is gonna take me, if I'm gonna have another passion, another hobby. Like, everything's just so unpredictable. Why am I so out of breath? I do want to talk about how important it is to do something where you are not focused on only the money. If it's something you love and you do it only for the money, you're going to ruin it for yourself. You are going to end up hating what you love. You're going to put way too much pressure on yourself to succeed, and if you don't, you're going to be upset and you're going to lose love for something that you once loved. And that can deter the whole path of the rest of your life. if you lose that love for your true passion. Starting out my crystal business, I didn't even know that crystals was such a huge thing, honestly. I only started it because a friend suggested, like, I sat down and talked to a friend of mine and I said, you know what? I don't know how people own businesses. I could never have a business. Honestly, like, it's way too hard, way too much work. It's just not for me. I don't know how people do it. This friend, she had a business, a boutique at the time, and I was working for her. And she says, yes, you can. You can own a business. You can do it. And I said, well, what would I even sell? Okay, even if I wanted to start a business, what the hell would I even sell? Like, there's nothing in my life where I'm like, ooh, I want to sell this. She goes, well, you're into crystals already. Like, you've been buying a lot of crystals and getting into manifestation. At the time, my TikTok had kind of blown up for manifestation videos before I even brought crystals onto my account. So my friend says, why don't you sell crystals? Like, and I was like, you know what? That's actually a good idea, but where would I get them? And, you know, like, how would I even do that? And those are questions that I had to figure out on my own. I did not have anybody else that had a crystal shop to guide me or to help me. And this is like something that frustrates me so much, are people that want all the answers handed to them. Okay, I will gladly give you advice, I will gladly give you guidance, but giving the answers to starting your own business or starting something like so important like this, you have to learn those things on your own. You can't have your hand held through everything, and it sucks. It sucks. It's a lot of work. The internet is right there. So anybody wanting to start a business, ask me questions. Like, I will totally answer them. People ask me all the time, like, what kind of license I have, how I started, and I will give you as much knowledge as I can. I can help someone try to start a business and they still won't start it. You have to have so much passion that you want to learn how to do things on your own. And so that was the hardest part, was starting, because you have all these unanswered questions. Nobody's helping you. You don't even know where to start. And you just have to start. Like, you just have to go. She said, why don't you start a crystal business? I started looking into it. Within a month, I had my business name, my business license, my wholesalers lined up, my products with me, my Instagram and TikTok promoting already, and I launched the day after my last final in college. And like a week later, everything blew up. I never looked at the crystal industry and said, oh, like, that's a cash grab. I could be making money. Look at all these girls making money. Like, I can make money like them. No, I didn't even know. I didn't even know there was people making huge money off of this or making a living off of this. I just thought, like, oh, it's like a little side thing everybody has, like, you know, whatever. Starting it with no intentions of money helped me eliminate competition as well. I didn't feel as inclined to be better than anyone or to, like, catch up to anybody. I didn't see other people as like, oh, they're doing better than me, I need to catch up, like, maybe they're making more money than me, because I had saved up enough money from my restaurant job to be comfortable with just my business. When you're doing something like starting a business or starting something new, you have to find your why. And my why wasn't money related. It was actually helping other people. My passion is helping other people. My passion is sharing my thoughts with others, sharing my gratitude with others. I'm a people person. I love people. I love talking to people. I love interacting with people. And this business has given me the opportunity to meet people from all over the world, to have friends across the country. And that is what I love doing. I love giving advice. I love just helping others, and I help others through crystals. I help others through posting positive affirmations throughout the day. I help others in multiple ways through crystals, and that is my why. That is why I started. I want to connect others. I want to create a community on my platforms, on my social media platforms, where whoever wants to follow me or needs a little pick-me-up during the day knows that they can come to my page, and my page will be like a positive space. I want to inspire people. I want to hopefully leave like a positive impact on others in one way or another, whether it's something small or large. People buy from me for Christmas gifts for their children. To trust me with a Christmas gift for your child on like such a special, like Christmas was always so special for me. So now that I get to give that same happiness to other people, that is my purpose. Like that is my true purpose, and I am living out my purpose. What is your favorite thing about being a business owner? Oh, there's a lot of things. I have a lot of favorite things about being a business owner. I love the creative freedom. I love that I can come up with anything I want at any time and somebody will like it. At least one person will like it, and that is like so awesome to know. Freedom with time. I have so much freedom. Oh my god, I could cry about it. I have so much freedom to work out, to actually take care of myself properly for the first time in my life. I struggle with pre-diabetes. It runs in my family, super genetic, and I wasn't able to ever properly take care of myself because of stress, and I always just had too much on my plate, and a conventional job never allowed me to properly get healthy. So that is another plus, is freedom with my time. I have the time to work out 5 days a week for pretty much half the day. What does it feel like to have a job some people see as unconventional? Okay, I will start off by saying it gets lonely. Like, it feels lonely. When you meet people in public, I find it hard sometimes for me to say what I actually do, because people will treat you differently, and it's hard to find people to relate to. If I were to complain about my business or say like, oh, you know, it gets really lonely, like, you know, I'm in my office all day by myself all the time and it's very stressful, some people can see that as complaining, and it's hard for other people to relate. Some people only see you for your success, and they will never listen to anything else you have to say. They will just see you and say, oh, you're successful, so you should be like happy and everything perfect, right? That's just not the reality of it, you know? I don't like to show off what I have. I don't want other people to feel like, oh, she has followers, so I need to treat her better, or I need to give her special treatment. I don't want any of that, you know? I really want to be treated authentically for as I am and for the first impression that I've given you. Followers don't mean anything at the end of the day. That doesn't mean to treat me differently. Of course, I'm grateful for my following. Like, I would never say I'm ungrateful for that, but it does come with an expense of, you know, having people always in your space and in your business a lot of times, and I accept that. When I started this video, I mentioned that I am pretty into manifestation, so I want to talk about manifestation for a little bit. My personal favorite way of manifesting is journaling. This is my handy dandy journal. As you can see, it's a little beat up. I've had this journal since 2016, and I've been writing in it since then. It didn't start off as a manifestation journal. It started off as like a diary. Maybe 3 years ago it turned into my manifestation journal, and that is my set manifestation journal. I do not meditate, or I don't meditate regularly, or I've never really done it regularly at all. So I strongly believe that you do not have to be into meditation or be able to meditate to manifest things that you want. I love manifesting in my journal because when I write down my manifestations, I write down the date and the time, and I love going back and looking at everything that's come true, all my manifestations. It's really cool to see my growth over time, so that is why I prefer to write things down, because then I can show you guys and be like, look, I wrote this down this time last year and it happened this year, or whenever it happened. I love seeing the growth. So if you want to visually see your growth and how you've grown as a person, I would totally go for the journaling method. My number one tip, like through and through, this is the one thing that has helped me be a successful person, be rich in love, rich in friendships, rich in life, is gratitude. Like, you have to be grateful. If you are not grateful for everything that you have right now, why should the universe give you more? Tell me why. Give me one reason. If the universe, or whatever religion you believe in, does not see, oh, Izzy's not very grateful for what she has right now, we're not going to give her any more. You are not going to see the beauty of life or the beauty in everything that you have if you don't just appreciate what you have right now. That is my number one tip. If you do not do anything else, at least be grateful. At least show gratitude. At least in your head throughout your day, say, oh, I'm so grateful that I was able to eat today. So grateful that I have a light. So grateful that I have a bed to go home to. Like, you have to be grateful about every little thing, the ground you walk on. I am so dead serious about this, and I'm so passionate about this. I can talk about this every single day. You need to be grateful. Do it right now. Say what you're grateful for. 3 things right now. Okay. And I know there's more things than 3 things that you can say you are grateful for, so you better be saying those in your head every single day. The smallest things will make you realize that the universe is granting you with your manifestations. What I mean by this: if you find yourself stressing about money and you go to Starbucks and they say, oh, we ran out of grande cups, so here, we give you a venti, even though you ordered a grande. That right there is the universe telling you, shut up, stop being ungrateful, stop stressing, I've got you covered, I'm taking care of you right now. It's the smallest thing that sounds so stupid, like don't get all hyped up over a free venti drink, but it's true. Like, I will go to Starbucks and I'll get something for free, and I'll sit there and be like, yeah, you know what, I do need to stop stressing about whatever it is I'm stressing about. The universe got me. That's just like a little reminder, like, I got you, Izzy. Don't even worry, don't even stress. I'm taking care of you right now. Going to the mall and knowing, oh my god, I'm not gonna find parking, it is gonna be so packed, and you find parking as soon as you drive in there. That is the universe talking to you. That is the universe telling you, I got you, I'm taking care of you. Another thing about manifestation is you have to stop thinking about it. If you sit there every day and you're like, well, I wrote down in my journal on February 2nd at 2:58 p.m. that I need money, and it's February 3rd and I still don't have my money, it's never gonna come. I wrote this down yesterday. Why hasn't it happened yet? Because you have to wait. You have to do all the steps before you get to that point. If you try to manifest something that you're not working towards, it's also not gonna happen. I think manifestation going so mainstream has tricked people into believing that they can manifest things that they're not working towards. It is okay to be delusional. I fully support being delusional. This was delusional, and now look what it's turned into. Be so delusional about your goals that it has no choice but to manifest. But if I sit here and I do not have a job, I do not have a plan to get a job, and I say, universe, I need money, I don't have a job, and I don't plan to get a job, but I need money, it's not going to happen, because you are not putting yourself in a position for that manifestation to happen. Put yourself out there, apply to jobs, apply for things that can make you money, and watch how the universe is going to give back your manifestation. If you want to be a model, universe, I want to be a model, I'm going to be a model. Have you applied to any agencies? Have you taken your headshots? Have you done the steps that you need to do for the universe to give you that? No, you haven't. So like, you cannot expect the universe to give you things that you have not worked towards personally. There's a lot of things that like go into achieving that manifestation and the universe granting you with that. It takes a lot of time, sometimes a lot of time. It could take months, it could take years. It doesn't just happen overnight. I have so many more orders to do, and I am not packing enough. I'm talking a little too much. So I am going to end the video here. I want to make more in-depth videos on manifestation and business. I'll be making a few videos, one specifically for business owners. If you're looking to start a business, look forward to that. Ask me any questions that you have in the comments about business tips. How did you start? You know, can you go more in depth? Totally, I would love to make a video on that. If you guys want to follow my business accounts and keep up with 11 entities, I'll be linking my Instagram and TikTok in the description. All my social media is 11 entities, no spaces, no periods, none of that, just 11 entities. I love sharing my thoughts, so thank you for giving me a space to share those with you. I appreciate you. I'm so grateful that you're here, and I will catch you guys in the next video.